My name is Pranjali Khairmode. I became Vice President of Autism Today Canada Foundation 3 years back because I had experience in dealing with autism population in different dimensions. My specialization is in neurosciences, so adult and pediatric neurosciences. So I know how brain functions and how it affects the physical function. I deep dived into getting some more knowledge about how emotional health also impacts our lifestyle and our well-being, not just physical activity, but overall well-being. I got certification in lifestyle medicine 1 year back, and I'm loving this journey of talking about wellness. And I'm a neurophysiotherapist for 17 years. Thriving with autism, a lifestyle medicine perspective, thriving or being happy is important. Happiness takes you out of survival mode. The satisfaction and contentment what you have makes you wholesome. The survival mode takes you 2 steps backward. You exactly do not know what you're doing, you're anxious, your decision making is faltering, so you're not feeling that joy. So brain always remembers how you feel out of each activity. If you have met someone, if you have done something, how did you exactly feel? And that feeling is registered in your brain. So it will not let you do things properly if you're not content, happy, joyous, or just survival. If you're in threat, those activities are actually blocked by your brain to tell you that this is negatively reinforced. This is not going anywhere and you have to stop or run away. And happiness is an emotion, it's a state of mind where your physiological, neurological processes are at the neutral level. So brain will positively reinforce you to do those things which will make you happy. That's why thriving is important. This is how you can present themselves in the society and be someone. So overall in the society, there are a lot of stresses are going on. But human growth depends upon multiple factors. And there are intrinsic factors and extrinsic factors. A lot of external stuff, a lot of external situations, we cannot handle it on day to day. But what is in your hand is your life, your body, and your health. So state of well-being or wellness is important in your day-to-day activities, at the workplace, in your relationship, and just overall being a better person. So lifestyle medicine is an exciting new medical specialty that works to treat the whole person by employing lifestyle interventions like whole food diet, physical activity or physical fitness, good sleep, stress management, anxiety management, and overall emotional regulation, avoidance of risky substances or addiction prevention, also positive social connections, nurturing social bonding, creating a small or a bigger group where the like-minded people exist. So this is the foundation of the health and the fitness of your whole body and brain. So it encourages you to change your lifestyle behaviors, not just to prevent the chronic illnesses like diabetes or heart conditions or mental illnesses. All of this can be prevented by just changing your lifestyle, not just to reverse these conditions, which is pre-existing, but preventing them in the future. I started this wellness project because state of well-being, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, is essential for every human being. This project starts with letting people know about what is wellness and what are the different ways of achieving it. What are the different channels they can seek help with? Just not related to one aspect or one dimension of your life, but it can be associated with multiple dimensions in your life, and having an open mind to explore the possibility of becoming a new person and best version of yourself. As a physiotherapist, I used to see a lot of physical dysfunction, aches and pain in the body. But I started understanding that humans' physical pain is not in the muscles or just single body part, but it is well connected to what goes on in their life, how is their overall health, to understand the root cause of the person's pain. So, what are the six dimensions, major dimensions of lifestyle? What we have found out by research, sleep gets compromised. Diet and nutrition is one of the dimension affected, or they are not well nourished. Physical fitness depends upon not just musculoskeletal health, but different physical qualities like balance and coordination, leading life physically is also compromised in autism population. Social health is compromised because of communication, social connection issues, nurturing social connection, how important it is for autism to feel better. We are going to understand more about it. Emotional health, emotional regulation. Research says that it has been compromised 90%. So it's very difficult for them to understand their own emotions, regulate them, and how to express. And the other dimension is brain health, where 93% of cognitive capacities could be compromised. Now, it is not very much associated with one aspect of the cognitive challenge, but there is motivation, best choices, having excellency in one task, but not able to prioritize all aspects together is considered brain health. So these are the main dimensions, what we are going to focus on. These dimensions are interconnected. Now let's talk about sleep regulation. The importance of sleep, it has a restorative capacity. Not just timing of the sleep is important, but the quality of sleep is also important. Studies and actigraphy was done on autism population, different kinds of ASD, and it has been found that overall quality of the sleep was affected, not just duration. Rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement are two different sections of quality sleep. Rapid eye movement causes memory consolidation and learning. So, learning the new task or forming the new neuronal connection happens during this cycle of the sleep. And non rapid eye movement causes repair and remodeling. So, the bone repair, the cellular repair, cognitive and emotional function, metabolism, appetite regulation, cardiovascular function, musculoskeletal function, and hormonal regulations are different functions of proper sleep. So, this is very interesting to know that sleep has so many different benefits. So, metabolism is throughout the day, the body's digestive system needs repair, and it happens during the silent phase of the sleep. Appetite regulation, the ghrelin and leptin hormone. Ghrelin is hunger hormone, and leptin is satisfaction hormone. The satisfaction you get out of food ingestion. That is regulated during your sleep. So if somebody has a sleep issues, their whole gastrointestinal system could be upset. The causes of obesity without any other predisposing factors are very common due to sleep issues. Cardiovascular functions are affected, the heart rhythm, and throughout the day, the cycle of systolic and diastolic function gets affected because of sleep irregularities. There are lots of death and morbidity due to the compromised sleep cycle. Musculoskeletal functions, muscle injury repair, bone growth would be affected. In case of females, the fertility gets affected. Insomnia is 50 to 80% present in autism population. Impact the daytime behavior, the anxiety or depression or overall ADHD-like symptoms are present in population who has compromised sleep or disturbed sleep. A lot of kids with autism have difficulty initiating the sleep, and the whole maintenance or the duration of the sleep is also compromised. Memory tests were done on people who has sleep dysfunction. It has been found that due to the sleep compromise, they had difficulty in learning new tasks or retaining new tasks. They do not feel mentally or cognitively well. They don't feel motivated. They don't feel like performing new tasks. Diet nutrition also gets affected. The choices of the food changes. Ghrelin and leptin hormone, which is a hunger and satiety hormone, disbalance of that causes picking wrong food choices during the daytime, or ingesting lots of sugar loaded food items to balance the glucose due to the altered sleep cycle. It has been found that because of the difficulties throughout the day, they have nightmares, and that also causes difficulty in maintaining the quality of the sleep. So here is the circadian rhythm. So we have naturally this innate internal clock system which regulates our bodily function. So that's called circadian rhythm. Most of the functions in the body goes in that cyclic form. So let's say the deepest sleep is at 2 a.m. And if you see, the best balance and coordination is in the afternoon. So look at that, the body goes in circadian rhythm. That's why it's a better time to do the exercises at 5 p.m. Then your muscle strength and the cardiovascular efficiency is best at that time. We have this sunrise to sunset rhythm, and by understanding this cycle, we would know how sleep interventions can change the entire dimension of your health. Not just sleep, also the whole physiological processes in the body. It can be self-assisted in adult population, but otherwise, the guardians of autism diagnosed kids can take in charge of regularizing their sleep pattern. So, what are the best qualities of having autism? That is patterns and the routine. They get best adjusted with something which is very regular and expected. So, their anxiety associated with the activity is less. Let's say sleeping at 10 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. If they are aware about their sleep time, they will get more easily trained because their cognitive ability works very well in a fixed routine. The environment, which matters a lot in autism population because of their sensory processing, they can be hypersensitive or hyposensitive to touch. What kind of bed sheet they like, or what kind of soft toys they sleep with, the texture of the blanket, that matters. No evening nap should be promoted because that causes the break in the circadian cycle and the sleep initiation will be affected. Also check their medicines. There are two medicines which causes anti-anxiety symptoms, kind of muscle relaxation symptoms during the day, but the side effect of it is GI upset, constipation. Sometimes it causes arrhythmia, but the main side effect it has been found is sleep disturbances. So their cycle of non-rapid eye movement and rapid eye movement changes. So check their medications if some of the medications has high side effects. And it is all individualized. So you have to routinely check what is working with your kid or what is not. 5 sensory experiences to create sleep mode. So as we spoken about, like what matters is what do they like about getting touched. To induce sleep, you can just massage their body just to induce that kind of the pressure and the gentle relaxation in their body. Weighted blankets are preferred with autism because the sensation of the pressure in the body causes relaxation. So it's almost like hugging, and that releases oxytocin. It's a bonding hormone, and so it just gives them comfort, a sense of control, and that has shown the better sleeping pattern. Visual, there should be no screen time, no blue rays. There should be dim light or a dark room, blackout curtains, noise cancellation headphones, and alpha wave music inducing sleep. Smell like lavender. Easy movement or easy stretches can be useful. Gentle yoga or 5 to 7 minutes of breathing exercises just before sleeping, and avoiding the heavy sugar snacks or dinner could be best choice. Also consider supplements like melatonin, magnesium, and calcium, or just a warm milk before sleeping. Diet nutrition has importance in autism care because it fuels metabolism. Gut is also called as a second brain now because a lot of regulation happens in the GI system. Microbiomes, they are tiny organisms residing in our gut, which causes a better digestion, metabolism, and giving energy by ingestion of the food. And we need that fuel to run the body. So a lot of hormones are also connected to the brain. Now, the best example is serotonin, a feel good hormone. The maximum receptors of the serotonin is in the gut. So when you feed yourself well, you feel happy. Anxiety, which can be derived from the brain functions, that can upset the gut, and people have different kinds of GI system or stomach issue. So all those things are related. This visceral functions like liver or kidney are kind of run by the good nutrition. It requires the best diet to protect the function. Also, it gives you immunity. It protects you from fighting with the viruses and bacteria. Also, it's anti-aging because that causes less cellular death and more of cellular hydration and the longevity. The dysfunction in diet and nutrition, not just autism population, but especially autism population, can give low energy, reduced muscle mass, or just malnutrition. Constipation is very, very common due to GI dysfunction. It is not just due to one of the factor, it is also neurologically associated, anxiety associated, or sympathetic overdrive associated. So when you ingest the food, then you digest the food, and the cycle gets interrupted because of a lot of this neurophysiological issues in autism population. So it's very common to have constipation. And they also have a picky eating because of sensory processing issues. Visceral and sensory processing dysfunction. So how our body is working internally. The visceral sensation is given by the spinal nerves that connects to the brain to have neurotransmitters secreted, and the colon activity and the digestive stages, control of digestive stages. So that could be altered, and that is altered in autism. Somatosensory dysfunction, sensations like touch, auditory, or visual perceptual sensations are altered. So all of that causes diet and nutrition dysfunction, and we are going to talk about it. Also, some of the foods are triggering for making the symptoms of autism go worse. So we all know that what all things to be avoided: artificial flavors, food colors, extra processed food, high sugar content food. What kind of interventions we do in lifestyle medicine? So it's not only important what we eat, but when we eat and how to eat. So tips for addressing picky eating in autism is consistent meal time. So routines. So when you set the routine, they are expecting, they will enjoy the time of their meal. It will also reduce their anxiety around eating, creating healthy nutrition environment, positive and stress-free. As we understood that in autism population, the internal sensation is disrupted. Also, the kind of sensation like touch, auditory, visual sensation, that gets differently sensed and differently perceived. Those sensations to perception is so much altered to cause a emotional disturbance. What we can do to regulate in a lifestyle medicine approach, that weighted blankets releases the oxytocin, so that can calm down. Physio ball exercises, as a physiotherapist we rock them, or hammock swing, which can calm their systems. Nutritious food, dark chocolate as a reward, it has a quality to give you more serotonin or feel good hormones. Better choices, eating fruits and beans and lentils and oats, can cause much of serotonin release, which is, it's a happy hormone. Physical therapy exercises to feel calm, like slow movement, rhythmic movement exercises, can calm the system down. To improve the motivation, what we have understood is to increase the heart rate a little bit. So jumping or skipping activity or outdoor running is helpful for emotional regulation. Meeting the loved ones one on one and playing with them. Playing with them causes more emotional regulation, understanding their facial gestures, writing, creating art, like what is sad, what is happy, sleep and relaxation therapy, making diary, that what emotions is what and what triggers and what calms me down. Being creative boosts their confidence, which causes more productivity, which causes a more dopamine release. Dopamine is a reward hormone which causes more self-confidence to indulge themselves in different people, understand them at a better level. Social health and connections, that is also compromised because of the communication problems. This refers to the ability to form and maintain the relationship, interact with others, and effectively navigate into the social environment. Intimate relationships, friendships, colleagues are all in a different level for having better social health. The benefit is not just social, it is physiological. Human is social animal, and low morbidity has been found in the population who are well connected with each other, well connected with like-minded people, well connected with their similar interests, similar hobby people. When you have a better social health or social connections, we have good immunity towards not just viruses, but dealing with the stressful situation. So low rate of depression has been found with good social connections. Better cognitive health because we motivate. As a social animal, we motivate each other. We bring best out of each other when we are together. Also, we learn in a social situation. So how other person is reacting, is it good or bad, or not labeling it, what is your way of dealing with it. So social skill training, we can handle it by group sessions. We collect those similar age, similar kids with autism who has their own creative side, and then we have peer modeling or role playing in the group. The dynamics can be channelized with a professional like a neurophysiotherapist or occupational therapist or health coach or a fitness coach. So modeling behavior is given a situation, how people react to different kinds of situation, and that could be programmed by watching it and by repetition. So the good behavior is reinforced, the bad behaviors are kind of, it has its own consequences and understanding, and they will learn more strategies to engage themselves in a social situation. Also forming some small clubs or teams and boosting. When the kids face this, they know the benefits of winning or even losing. So what this situations teaches them, how to regulate those emotions, how to regulate in a social situation. So this kind of training can happen through the professionals. Also the cognitive challenging exercises, so participating in some sport where there is a team bonding connection to your friends can be enhanced by physical activity. Nutrition, protein rich diet should be introduced to have a better muscle mass. Massage therapy to reduce the pain in the body. Family involvement is very necessary because the established connection that can be fostering, reducing the anxiety in facing the strange new situations. So slow introduction to the new situations and new experiences. Physical fitness is also very important because you know that physical fitness can cause better emotional regulation by increasing the blood circulation, muscle health, bone health, and overall agility. So basically, we can perform better in the regular life with a better physical fitness. When you run outdoor, it has been shown that because of exposure to the sunlight, heart rate increasing due to the jogging, it also releases the hormone dopamine and serotonin that causes a rhythm set in your circadian cycle. So it has a different benefits. Everyday exercise for like 10-15 minutes to at least 3 to 4 times in a week is essential for 30 to 40 minutes of in at a stretch exercises, or just physical activities which causes a physical body to get engaged. When the sleep improves, that causes a better physical function. We have already talked about it, and the brain health is very essential. The cognitive capacity can regulate your emotions. So the logical side of the brain can be trained, and that causes a person reason out logically about every situations and every task, quick decision making, creativity towards any task. So cognitively, if they can understand that what goes on in their body, they will be well regulated as an adult. And the idea behind it is to create a safe place or a wellness place where they can be more creative and more connected and better, overall better life choices. So my vision and mission for this whole project is spreading the global awareness, natural healing, symptom control, and next generation care for autism, not just in one dimensions, but connected to different aspects of their life. It's very exciting to know how little things can impact the whole body system. Just taking minor steps towards your major goal of being well or being a best version of yourself can help you to recreate physical, mental, and cognitive fitness.